Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Valentina Losada. I am the owner of the Tiny Chic Boutique and a paparazzi independent consultant, also known as Trendy Tina. If you're joining me tonight, thank you so much for hopping on. Um, I wanted to start a YouTube channel to kind of spread some love, some positivity, and a little bit of fun on what you can do with your paparazzi jewelry. If you checked out my previous video, I did a video on how to adjust your paparazzi rings if you have super tiny fingers like myself. I wanted to jump on and do another quick little video to show you guys how to adjust your bracelets. Now, before we get started, I want to let you know that as a paparazzi independent consultant, we cannot alter your jewelry for you, which means we are not able to do anything that I'm showing in these videos before I'm selling them to you. But once you purchase from myself or another independent consultant, what you do with your jewelry is completely up to you. I simply share this content because I know for myself, I have super tiny wrists and I love wearing stacks of bracelets that look absolutely gorgeous, but sometimes it makes it very hard. Even the stretchy ones fit me really big. So I just wanted to share this content to let you know that you, if you have tiny wrists as well, can also enjoy the bracelets as long as you're willing to do a little bit of work and have a lot of patience, okay? So again, I'm just gonna go ahead and start by sharing what our jewelry look like. This is one of my favorite bracelets. It is very popular. Now, as you can see, it is a stretchy bracelet. It's absolutely gorgeous, but the reason why I adjust the bracelets is because I like them to have a more snug fit on my wrist. So I'm going to show you. So I like to stack up bracelets like this, right? So hypothetically, I have this bracelet. It's absolutely gorgeous to stack, but look at all the space in between here. And you see that? It looks like it wants to fall off. So I end up adjusting my stretchy bracelets like this. And I just wanted to show you guys how you can do the same thing if you have the same problem, okay? Now I'm gonna just flip my monitor down towards my desk so that you guys can see what I am doing, okay? So to start off with, all you're going to need is some Stretch Magic Elastic Clear bands, right? And then, or you can use the 0.5 millimeter. Now, most of the bracelets look like they come with a 0.5 millimeter. The stretchy band is really, really stretchy. Gives a lot of leeway, which I love. And if you have a bigger wrist, this will be perfect for you. But with the super tiny wrist, I want it to fit snug on my wrist. So I use a 1 millimeter, which is a little bit thicker than the 0.5 millimeter. I'm trying to find the end. Here we go. So you see, this is a little bit thicker, whereas the 0.5 is very thin. Okay, so I don't use this one for my bracelets. I use this one for my rings, and I use this one, the 1 millimeter, for my bracelets because I want them to fit really snug. You need a pair of scissors, and that's about it, and a whole lot of patience. So again, let me show you the bracelet that I'm altering right now. So as you can see, I just kind of lay it out, and it has, what's important to do before you get started is that look at the pattern of your bracelet because you want it to replicate the same, right? So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Clear oval rhinestones. And in between, there's these silver bead spacers, right? So it's basically I have rhinestone, 2 spacers, rhinestone, 2 spacers. On the opposite side, you're gonna see that it has 2 little rings where the elastic goes through, and then the spacers, and then it goes very simple pattern, okay? So this bracelet is mine. I purchased it. This is one that I'm going to keep. So what I do is I go ahead and I just snip very delicately. Now you can use any little jar or little cup. I tend to use these little candles that I've never lit. I think I got them as a gift and I never really lit them. So very gently and carefully over the candle, or it could be a little cup, so that when the pieces start to fall out, they try to fall all in. There we go. So we got all them in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this was 9. Yeah. And then we had like 1 or 2 runaway beads over here. Not a big deal. So I keep them in like this. And then I pull the elastic out. That's trash. And I gently pull the elastic out for all of them. And that is trash. And then I keep them like this all together. Now, again, we saw the pattern that it already had. Now I started one just for time saving purposes. So this is another one that I had already dismembered. So I already know, because I have a similar bracelet and I kind of measured my wrist, that I need a total of 7 links in order for it to fit really snug on my wrist. Okay, so I just went ahead and I started. I pulled my magic band, my magic band out, and I gave myself a generous amount. I know this is absolutely going to be way too much for my wrist, but I want the wiggle room to be able to thread them, kind of like you would with a needle and thread, and not have it fall out, or as I'm pulling through the links, have it come out the other end. So I give myself a generous amount, and I cut 2 pieces. Again, I've already done so for the sake of saving time. And I've got ahead and I've started threading them. So I have my 2 pieces laying down. And I kind of lay them down in the same pattern. So I take 1 strand and I start stranding right through this loop, then through this loop, then a silver bead, through this ring of the next clear rhinestone, out the other, in a silver bead, and so on. Again, I already know it roughly takes me about 7, because I've had a bracelet like this before. It comes with 9 if you feel like it's way too big. Remember that this elastic band is going to make it tighter than the other one because it is thicker. So most people will probably only need to take out 1 link. Again, if you have a super tiny wrist like myself, I think it's like 3 inches all the way around, then you can take out 2 links. Once you've threaded through the top end, they're kind of all linked together, kind of how this one is. The top is linked together. And now we're just going to do the same thing in the bottom. The bottom is a little more difficult because it is ringing through and the top is already there. So it kind of makes it a little bit harder to maneuver the threading through without moving all the links from the top. So again, I've already done some for the sake of saving us some time. And then I'm at the part where I'm slipping in my silver spacer. And then I'm slipping it in through one side of the ring. I pull it, give it a little space, and then out the other end. You can lift it up a little, move it, okay? You just want to make sure you're not pulling too much out the other side so it doesn't come out. This is why I say that you need a little bit of wiggle room. And I think the candle works great for me because it's the wax keeps it from rolling around. Then I slip the silver spacer in through one side. Like I said, it just takes a little bit of patience. Out the other side. Pull through. Not too much of it come out. Now I move it together. Now I need another silver spacer. And I'm almost done here. Again, I got a little bit of a head start, but it still is, it's nothing that takes up too much of your time. I think I could probably do one bracelet in like 5 minutes once you just look at the pattern. And it just takes a little bit of time. So now I know, right? My bracelet has the 2 silver spacers. So these 2 are going to connect together, these 2 sides. So I'm going to need a silver spacer on the opposite end of of one side. So when they connect together, the spacer is there and it fits the pattern perfectly, okay? So I'm doing that now, and then I will be done. So I'm doing one on the top and one on the bottom. Okay, once you're done, your bracelet is just how it would be. Just how it would be. And then you take it together and you gently on both sides, you go ahead and pull it together, and then you just tie it into a knot. You want to be careful not to tug too hard and rip it, but you want to make it tight enough that it is working all together. Okay, so you'll see it end up looking like this. You want to move this one out the way. And then you tie it together and make sure that your knot is not interfering with the spacer or going over. So once you do that, you tie this side here. Okay, very gently, take your time, and you tie it, right? Then you have one knot that'll kind of get that one out of the way for you, and then you move on to the next one. You'll want to make sure that you double knot it multiple times because you don't want it to pop in the process. So once you've knotted it, you keep knotting it. I do about 5 knots over and over in the same spot to make sure that it is nice and snug. Okay, so I'm working on the top one. That's knot number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, then I flip it over, and then I'm going to do the same thing to this side here. Okay, so I'm taking in, want to make sure that my spacer is on the right side. Okay, and I'm just going to start tying the knots together. And then again, I'll do my 5 knots. Once it's tied together, you can move a little faster. And in the end, it will look like this. So again, mine's is super tiny. Now, all I would do is cut the excess on here, and my bracelet is ready to go. Now you'll see it is super tight because it is a thicker band. But this is how I want it to fit me. Now this is what it would end up looking like. I would end up doing this with the other bracelets that I want to pair it with, and I know that I'll have 1 or 2 extras that I can work with. And then once it's done, it should look like this. So this is the same bracelet, just a different color. And this is what I mean. So eventually, once you cut off the ends, you can see this is where I cut mine off there. I will, but then I have that snug look on my bracelet. Here are other 2 bracelets that I tend to pair it with because it looks a little gold, which I have adjusted as well. All right. And then I have another of the same ones. So this is 10. So now I have a bracelet stack that pairs perfect with my outfit and my other accessories. And it fits really snug to give me that really cute look that I'm going for without, you know, it falling off of my wrist, okay? So I know that was a little time consuming. Again, once you get the hang of doing your bracelets and adjusting them yourself, it makes it super easy. But I just thought this was a quick way for me to show my customers and other paparazzi customers how they can adjust their bracelets and make them super cute without them looking super big compared to the other bracelets. So again, I hope that you found this video useful, and I can't wait to see all the absolutely gorgeous stacks of bracelets that you guys will be combining on your own. Please go ahead and leave me a comment below, like and subscribe, and I hope that you guys found this video useful. Hope you have a great evening, and I will see you guys soon. Signing out from Trendy Tina.